Today we will be reviewing the Tobacco Retail Licensing Program's Compliance Plan for fiscal year 2024 to 2025. This presentation will include information on all upcoming compliance activities for tobacco retailers in the unincorporated area of San Diego County. Our agenda topics today include compliance monitoring, annual compliance checks, minor decoy operations, violations and penalties, compliance timeline, questions and answers, and contact information. We'll begin by discussing compliance monitoring. What is compliance monitoring? Compliance monitoring is the process of verifying adherence to laws and regulations. For the County of San Diego's unincorporated area, the Tobacco Retail Licensing Program is responsible for verifying adherence to Ordinance Number 10699 by tobacco retailers. Why does the TRLP monitor for compliance? The Tobacco Retail Licensing Ordinance requires a TRLP to conduct annual compliance checks and minor decoy operations, also known as youth decoy operations. Both are considered compliance efforts. Section 21.2607 of the County Code discusses the compliance monitoring requirement for the TRL program. Our next topic is annual compliance checks. What are annual compliance checks? Compliance checks are on-site visits to tobacco retail locations to assess adherence to local laws and regulations. Compliance checks are performed by code enforcement officers and are unannounced. Compliance checks occur at least once a year or annually unless additional checks are required. What should I expect during a compliance check? A code enforcement officer will arrive and inform the staff member and/or retailer present that they're conducting a compliance check. The CEO will spend approximately 30 minutes checking that the retail store is abiding by the requirements in the TRL ordinance. Visits may take longer as needed. A checklist will be used to note any findings. What more should I expect during a compliance check? The CEO and retailer may discuss items or findings during and after the visit. Retailers are encouraged to ask CEOs questions about any tobacco products they have on sale. A copy of the checklist with the findings will be left with the retailer at the end of the visit. An email will also be sent with this information to the point of contact listed on the TRL application. What will CEOs look for? CEOs will look for ordinance requirements including, but not limited to, tobacco products that are not properly packaged or priced, flavored tobacco products, and discounts and/or coupons offered for tobacco products. What more will CEOs look for? A complete list of items that CEOs look for can be found on the compliance checklist, which can be viewed on the TRL website. If no violations are identified during a compliance check, the retailer will be informed via regular mail and email that they have been found in compliance at the completion of the visit. Additional inspection information can be found on the TRL website. What happens if there is a violation? If the CEO identifies any violations, they will inform the retailer and share how each violation can be addressed. Some violations can be corrected on site. A compliance notice will be given to the retailer that includes the violations observed as well as the amount of time that the retailer has to fix the violations. An additional compliance visit will then occur within 7 to 30 business days. If violations are not corrected, the retailer may receive one or more fines and/or have their license suspended or revoked. Our next topic is minor decoy operations. What are minor decoy operations? Minor decoy operations, or MDOs, are visits that are completed by individuals ages 18 to 20. Visits are meant to identify retail locations that are illegally selling tobacco products to adult minors. What should I expect during an MDO? The minor decoy will enter the store and request to purchase a tobacco product. The decoy may initially enter alone or with an adult supervisor. The adult supervisor will always be present to observe a transaction. The minor decoy will say yes if asked if they are 21 years of age or older. However, they will not deny their age and will show their ID if asked for it. What more should I expect during an MDO? The minor decoy will leave the store once the sale is completed. Confirmed sales are communicated via regular mail and email to retailers within 45 days of the sale to ensure the safety of the minor decoy's identity. What will minor decoys look for? Per County Code Section 21.2603F, no person engaged in tobacco retailing shall sell a tobacco product to another person who is under the age of 30 years without first examining the identification of the recipient to confirm that the recipient is at least 21 years old. Based on that information from the county code, minor decoys will report if they were asked for their ID during an attempted sale. Minor decoys will also look for other ordinance violations such as presence of flavored tobacco products, posting of the county's TRL, etc. What happens if there is a confirmed sale during an MDO? If a retailer or store clerk sells tobacco products to a minor, they will receive a notice of license suspension via mail and email. If a retailer or staff continues to sell tobacco products to minors, they may have their license suspended for extended periods of time and may have their license revoked. Now we will discuss violations and penalties. What happens if violations are found? Penalties are assigned depending on the violations that are identified during a visit. Penalties for violations found during a compliance visit may include fines or citations, license suspensions, and license revocations. Penalties for selling tobacco products to minors include license suspensions and license revocations. Retailers have the right to appeal any penalty or citation they receive. Additional appeal information can be found on the TRL website. Our final agenda topic is to review the compliance timeline. When will visits occur? Currently, the TRLP plans to conduct unannounced compliance visits for all tobacco retailers starting in July of 2024. Future visits will occur on at least an annual basis or as warranted. Minor decoy operations occur throughout the year at retail locations that are selected at random. If you have any questions about this presentation or any part of the TRL program, please email comments or questions to the email that appears on screen. Our next slide will provide additional contact information for the TRL program. Here is the contact information for the Tobacco Retail Licensing Program. Please check our web pages for updated information and program resources. I'd like to thank you all for joining us today.